Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today into something a lot of you have probably thought about at some point, learning English.
Yes.
But maybe not in the most exciting way, right? We're kind of thinking, how can we make this feel less like, homework?
Like a chore.
Yeah, exactly. More like something that we actually want to do.
Right.
So whether you're, prepping for a trip or just love learning, we've got some surprisingly fun ideas for you.
It is amazing how much we kind of forget about just how much fun learning can be when we're thinking about languages. We get stuck on, like you said, the textbooks and the grammar drills.
Right.
When really our brains are wired to learn best when we're enjoying ourselves.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. When you were a kid,
Yeah.
you learned so much through play.
Absolutely.
So we've put together some, I think, really simple but effective activities that kind of tap into that, like I said, that joy of discovery.
Exactly.
And we're talking about, everything from classic games to get this even talking to yourself.
That's right. Which might sound a little strange.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Well,
but let's start with something a little more familiar.
Yeah,
right?
Let's do it.
Games.
Games. Always a winner.
So we're not just talking about passing the time here.
No.
Games can be incredibly effective for building vocabulary, boosting those spelling skills, and thinking quickly on your feet.
Yeah.
Being able to...
You recall.
Yeah, recall. Yes.
Yes.
I love a good word game, and I have to admit, I get a little competitive with Scrabble.
Oh, nice. I love Scrabble, too.
Right. But there are so many.
There are so many
options out there.
Yeah.
Boggle, crossword puzzles, even just a simple word association game can make a
huge difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
I think what's so fascinating is how games, they tap into that desire to win.
Yep.
That's it.
To achieve something.
Yes.
And that sense of accomplishment. I don't know about you, but when I finally solve a crossword puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
It's like.
So satisfying.
Yes.
Dopamine hit.
It is. So are you saying there's actual science?
There is. There is some actual science.
Okay.
It's not just us saying it's fun. It actually releases dopamine in the brain, when you achieve something, when you win.
Okay.
So that actually reinforces the learning.
So it's like you're
sneaking it in.
Sneaking in a
little mental workout.
A mental workout while having fun.
While having fun, exactly.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But what about something a little more passive? I know a lot of people who swear by watching movies and TV shows in English to
and popular
improve their English.
Very popular, and for good reason.
Yeah.
I mean, immersion is so key.
Right.
And it's hard to beat, a captivating story.
Yeah.
You're exposed to natural conversation, different accents, you pick up a range of vocabulary, and you're just enjoying the show. So it's, that's the key.
I have heard that starting out with subtitles in your native language and then gradually switching to English subtitles can be
that's a good one.
Really helpful.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Absolutely. It's like this clever way to ease yourself in, right?
Yeah.
Your brain's still kind of getting the meaning through those subtitles, but it's also being forced to make those connections with the spoken words.
Yeah.
And over time, you'll need those subtitles less and less as your comprehension improves.
Yeah.
It's like a little mental training montage.
I love that. You're slowly leveling up your skills.
Exactly.
But I think, you have to be an active viewer.
Yes.
Not just passively watching.
You're not a magic bullet.
Right.
Yeah.
Pay attention to how words are pronounced, the tone of voice, even, the body language.
Yes, all the little cues that add up.
Active listening.
That's it. And, don't be afraid to pause and rewind.
Oh, yeah.
If you need to.
Good point.
Or jot down some new words or phrases you hear. You might even find yourself using them later on in conversation.
Oh, I love that. You're turning watching a movie into a personalized language lesson.
That's exactly it.
Now, I have to ask about music.
Okay.
I am a big music lover.
Yeah.
And I've always found that singing along to my favorite English songs really helps with my pronunciation.
Oh, for sure.
And rhythm.
Music is so powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Songs get stuck in our heads.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
And that's because the melody and rhythm, they tap into different areas of the brain.
Oh, okay.
Which actually makes the information more memorable.
Okay.
And then you combine that with the emotional connection we have to music.
Yeah.
It's like this amazing learning experience.
It is.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's not just about memorizing lyrics.
No, it's not just rote memorization.
Okay.
It's engaging different parts of your brain and connecting with the language on an emotional level.
So you don't necessarily have to start with really complex lyrics.
No, start simple. Pick something catchy, Yeah. Maybe from a movie you love or a band you really like.
Okay.
Look up the lyrics, sing along, and just have fun.
Now, I'm going to put on my music teacher hat here for a second.
All right.
Wouldn't it be better to pick a song that's a little more challenging?
I see what you're saying.
Like with more complex vocabulary or sentence structures.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point.
Yeah.
I mean, starting simple can be good, but you don't want to stay there forever.
Right.
So as you get better, definitely challenge yourself.
Okay.
With songs that have richer vocabulary, more nuanced language. You'll be surprised how much you can learn just by kind of dissecting your favorite lyrics.
It's like a musical treasure hunt.
It is. Exactly.
For vocabulary.
That's a great way to put it.
And you're right, that challenge keeps it interesting.
Keeps you coming back.
Yeah.
Keeps you engaged. And don't be afraid to branch out, too.
Oh, yeah.
Try different genres. You might discover some new artists, new musical styles you never even thought about.
Yeah.
And all the while, you're expanding your English vocabulary. You're working on your pronunciation.
This is reminding me of a friend who actually learned English by watching musicals.
Oh, wow.
And he said, like, singing along to those show tunes really helped him with, like,
interesting,
the rhythm and flow of the language.
Well, they do often use more expressive language and exaggerated pronunciation, which can be really helpful for learners who are, trying to get a feel for the nuances of English.
Speaking of getting a feel for the language, have you ever tried, like, acting out short stories or dialogues to practice English?
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might seem unconventional, but it's a great way to boost your confidence and your fluency. Wow. It's like turning practice into a performance.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for an audience of one, yourself.
I have to admit, the idea of, like, me acting out scenes by myself makes me feel a little silly.
It can feel a little strange at first,
Yeah.
but I think it can really help you get over that fear of making mistakes and, really embrace the language, have fun with it.
So it's like you're getting out of your head.
Yeah, and not just reciting words, but like you're embodying.
Embodying them, yes.
Yeah.
You're experimenting with intonation, facial expressions, body language.
Right.
And all of those things are so important for effective communication. It's like a full body workout for your English skills.
A full body workout.
Yeah. And it really is. It doesn't take that much.
Not at all.
Like, just find a short story online or even just a simple dialogue or...
use a scene from your favorite movie.
Yeah, like you could be...
channel your inner...
Oh, yeah.
Meryl Streep.
Right. While practicing your English.
Yeah, have fun with it. And don't worry about being perfect.
Right.
The goal is just to, get comfortable using the language in a new way.
And you can even, like...
You can record yourself.
Oh.
And watch it back.
Yeah.
And see, like, what you did well, what you could improve. It's like having your own personal coach.
Yeah, like that.
Right in your pocket.
It takes the pressure off, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Just makes it more of an experiment.
Speaking of experiments.
Yeah.
Online quizzes.
Oh, yeah.
I know some people find them tedious, but I actually think they can be.
I think they can be fun.
A really engaging way to learn.
Especially if you use platforms like, Kahoots.
Yeah.
Or Quizlet. Those are fun because they're so game-like.
Yeah.
So you have that competitive aspect that keeps you motivated.
Yeah.
And then you get that instant feedback. Okay. So you can see where you might need a little extra practice.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to beat your high score.
Exactly. And sneaking in a little study session.
Sneaking in some learning.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay. And speaking of, like, sneaky learning methods... flashcards.
Oh, yeah.
Like a classic, right?
Tried and true.
But they don't have to be boring.
No, not at all.
Like the traditional flashcard, just words and definitions can be kind of...
a little dry.
Yeah. But if you get creative with it...
you can...
spice it up.
Make them a lot more engaging.
How would you do that?
Okay. So our brains, they remember images a lot better than text.
Okay.
So instead of just writing... the definition, try drawing a picture that represents the word.
Okay.
Use different colors, decorate them, just make them visually appealing.
It's like you're turning your flashcards into like little works of art.
Mini works of art.
Yeah. Yeah, and I bet that makes them a lot more memorable.
Oh, it does. And you can turn it into a game.
Oh.
With your friends or family.
Yeah.
See who can guess the word based on the drawing.
Okay, yeah. It's fun.
Learning English while unleashing your inner Picasso.
Exactly. And, if you're not much of an artist, don't worry.
Okay.
There are great apps out there like Anki and Quizlet. They have digital flashcards.
Okay.
So they often have things like audio pronunciation, spaced repetition, which is a really helpful learning technique.
Yeah.
And you can even create your own custom decks.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Especially for someone like me who's always on the go.
Yeah.
That sounds really helpful. Okay. This next one
You're
might sound strange, but trust me, it works.
Okay.
Have you ever tried talking to yourself?
I do it all the time.
In English?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a surprisingly effective way to practice and build your fluency.
Okay, so it's not as crazy.
It's not as crazy.
It sounds. Okay.
But the best part is there's no pressure.
Right.
No audience.
Yeah.
Just you and your thoughts.
Exactly. So you can experiment with different accents, try out new phrases like.
Yeah, and just get comfortable hearing yourself speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like a mental rehearsal.
Okay.
For real life conversations.
Yeah.
You can practice ordering food, asking for directions, giving a presentation, anything you can think of.
And I imagine it also helps work on your
your inner monologue.
Yes.
That voice in your head that's constantly narrating your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the more
it will just become
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might even find yourself thinking in English.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate
without even realizing
goal,
Yes.
isn't it? To have it just flow naturally.
Yes, exactly.
Speaking of things that flow naturally.
Okay.
Let's talk about food.
Oh, I love food.
Cooking can be a delicious way to learn English.
Absolutely.
I love that you're bringing up the senses again.
Yeah.
It seems like engaging multiple senses is
that's a key theme here.
Yeah.
I think when you involve multiple senses, you're just going to learn more effectively.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you cook with an English recipe, you're not just reading the words, you're interacting.
Right. You're seeing the ingredients, you're smelling it. Yeah, you're smelling,
tasting it.
It's like a delicious language immersion experience.
Yeah, right. And
great in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm imagining myself whipping up a batch of cookies.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
you're learning.
Yeah, expanding my vocabulary.
Yeah.
So are you saying it's not just learning the words for...
It's going beyond Fishy.
The basics?
Yeah.
Diving into the nuances of the culinary terminology, like saute or simmer.
Yeah.
Deglaze.
Okay.
Get fancy with it.
I like that.
Yeah. Who knows? You might even discover
a hidden talent.
Yeah.
You never knew you had.
A talent for cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
But what if you're more of a social butterfly than a home chef?
Yeah, if you like to get out there.
Yeah.
Well, role-playing games are fantastic for practicing real-life conversations.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. It's like improv for language learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you can create scenarios like, ordering food, asking for directions, even going through a job interview.
Okay.
You have that safe space to practice.
Right.
Those phrases.
Without the pressure.
Yeah.
And it's a good way to build your confidence in a supportive environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can get creative too.
Oh, yeah.
Come up with your own scenarios.
That's fun.
Fun.
This reminds me of those murder mystery dinner parties.
Those are so fun.
Where everyone gets a character and has to solve a crime.
I love those.
It's a fun way to practice your English.
Yeah.
While also exercising your
detective skills.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And speaking of memorable experiences, I think it's important to acknowledge the power of community.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to learning English.
Absolutely.
Joining an online community or even just connecting with other learners on social media can make a huge difference.
I mean, that sense of belonging, that shared purpose that comes from learning with others is it's invaluable. It's a space to share tips, celebrate successes, find encouragement when you need it.
Yeah.
You know, when you hit those inevitable roadblocks.
I feel like you have a built-in support system.
You do.
Yeah. For your language learning journey.
Exactly.
You can participate in group challenges, like share new words you've learned.
Yeah.
Even just chat about, like,
your favorite
English shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Or movies or books.
And with so many online communities dedicated to learning English, I feel like.
There's one out there for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how technology has made it so easy to connect with people from all over.
Yeah. The world who share your passion for.
It really is. And those connections are just so enriching.
You're expanding your world and your vocabulary at the same time.
Absolutely.
We've covered, like, so many fun activities.
Yeah, we have.
In this deep dive. From word games and movie nights to cooking and online communities.
A little something for everyone.
It really does feel like there's something for everyone.
I think so, too.
And it's like you don't have to.
You don't have to make it a chore.
Force yourself to do something.
No.
You hate.
If you don't like games.
Right.
You don't have to play Scrabble.
Right.
If you don't like to cook.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
There are other options.
Cook.
Yeah. It's about finding what
sparks your curiosity.
Yeah.
What makes you excited to learn.
And giving yourself permission to experiment.
To play. Yeah.
And have fun.
Have fun, exactly.
Yeah.
There's no one size fits all, you know? What works for one person might not work for another. So, you know, just stay curious, embrace the journey, and just enjoy.
It's like we said at the beginning.
Yeah.
Learning English should feel like
uncovering a hidden treasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like climbing a mountain.
Not a chore.
Yeah.
So as you kind of embark on your own language learning adventure, I want you to keep this question in mind.
Okay.
What personal connections can you make?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Love to.
Between your own interests and the English language.
Yeah, because when you can connect those two things, you're going to be so much more successful, I think.
Yeah. And you might even discover new perspectives, connect with people from different cultures.
Different cultures, yeah.
Unlock talents.
Hidden talent.
You didn't even know you had.
You never knew that you had, exactly.
Well, we hope this deep dive has inspired you to approach learning English.
With a fresh sense of enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm,
And a playful spirit.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Remember, the journey is just as important
as
the destination.
Yeah, absolutely.
So enjoy every step of the way.